of the Unexplained podcast. From a haunted abandoned asylum to Sasquatch lurking in the dark woods and watching you, and all things unexplained, here are the stories from outside our realm. With your host, Bill Rigby.
Well, good evening, everybody. Ryan Tremblay was supposed to be on tonight, but with the weather and everything, his internet got wiped out. So he messaged me last night and asked if he could switch dates or whatever because he's having that problem. He didn't want to leave me hanging because they were coming today to fix it, but he did not know if they'll get it fixed. So I says, yeah, no problem. I'll see if I get someone to switch with you. God bless her. Melissa King from Haunted Hillview Manor down in Lawrence County. She was coming on the 24th. I asked if she mind switching. I told her what was going on. She graciously said, oh, most definitely. Hello, Teresa. So, hey, before we go anywhere else, let me bring her on. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, I'm so glad you did this.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I got a lot of love and respect for you and your daughter and your mom and your husband.
Oh, thank you.
I kind of feel sorry for her husband. He's kind of left out a lot of times in the pictures.
Well,
But
he's a good guy.
yes, he is. Yeah, I got a lot of love and respect for your family. I really do. Yeah.
Thanks. We feel the same about you guys.
From the first time I met you, Jamie said, oh, you'll love Melissa's, man. She is such a sweetheart.
Oh, thank you.
Don't thank me. That was Jamie.
Well, Jamie's awesome. Jamie and Jenny are awesome people. So.
Oh, my God. I love them. But, okay. You basically run Hillview.
Yeah,
am I right?
I'm a staff member there. Nope.
No, you don't run it?
Nope, I don't run it. The owner is Carrie Trico. She's awesome.
Carrie owns it, and she's the head boss.
She is the head boss. All of us just pitch in and do our part.
Yes. Well, you do a lot. I know that.
It's a labor of love, believe me.
Oh, you don't have to tell me nothing I don't know.
Right.
But, I had a couple different people make comments on, but when you're coming on, saying they've been there, they've had experiences and that. But before we get into all that, I want to hear what got you into this and got you going with this.
Okay. Well, I don't remember a time I didn't have paranormal experiences from the time I was little. We had just moved into a new house. I think I was 4 or 5. And I went into my bedroom and I saw a man, and I could describe him to this day, red and black flannel shirt, leaning over, looking at my plug. And he looked up at me and said, you need to tell your dad not to plug anything in. He needs to check this. So I ran downstairs because there wasn't supposed to be anybody up in my room, and told my grandmother. So when my dad came home, she told him, and he went up and there was a short in it. And the next thing that got plugged in would have started a fire in my bedroom.
Wow.
So, and from the way
I was going to wear my red and black flannel tonight, and I said, no, the room's kind of warm, so I'll just wear the t-shirt.
Right. See, look at that. But and then I guess who I described was my great-grandfather, who died 5 years before I was born.
Whoa.
So I don't remember a time the paranormal didn't fascinate me. Now
that is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been actively investigating for about 14 years. Yeah. And it was funny. My very first investigation, I guess formal investigation, whatever you want to call it, was at Hillview Manor. And I was hooked instantly. So
I'm going to be honest. I've never been in the building. Never. And we lived down on the other side of Newcastle, past Mahoning Town.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So we always went up in the Shenango Township there for Gaylords, Kmart, Stanbaugh's, all them up in that area.
Sure.
So I've been past that building thousands of times.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never been in it. But I'm going to have the honor to be in it.
I was going to say, we're so excited. Bill's going to be one of our speakers for our HillCon convention in August. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm excited too. And it's a great honor that you guys are having me. Seriously.
Absolutely. We're thrilled.
Right. But so many people have told me about experiences they've had in there. What was your first experience in there?
Well, we always say Hillview never disappoints. My very first experience, we were literally just going out on the tour. We were walking out of the lobby into the main section of the building, and they were telling us about the activity in that area. And I heard the sound of high heels on a linoleum floor, like the click, 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 click. Yeah. I actually looked behind me to see if somebody was coming up behind me, and there was nobody.
Whoa.
And then when we were up on the third floor, there was a shadow figure I watched step into behind the nurse's station, stop for a second, and then turned and disappeared into the wall. So those were my two. This was on the tour. This is before we even started investigating. So I said right out of the gate, we were. It was on right out of the gate.
That was for me at the old Butler VA hospital.
Okay.
Hey, there he is, Mr. Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
But, as soon as we walked in, we went in the auditorium part, and I felt there was something there. I could feel it.
Okay.
And Ghost Chick Angel says, there's something up on the stage there. As we're walking past the stage, I felt it even more.
Oh, wow.
And that was weird. But we had activities on all 5 floors, the basement and sub-basement. We was just supposed to be walking through and get a quick walk through and figure out what we're going to do the next time we went in. 5 hours later, we were out of there.
Right.
Holy cow, was it crazy.
Awesome.
It was crazy. And so much activity. And my heart's still pounding hard thinking about it.
Oh, sure.
I enjoyed the whole thing. I really did. And,
that's fantastic.
We're supposed to be going back soon. I'm not sure how soon.
Well, if you have extra space, let me know. I'd love to tag along.
I'll let Angel know. But yeah, so I can understand, right up from the get-go,
right out of the gate, yeah.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Right. And we have activity. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. We do day tours every day of the week, and we have people who strictly do the day tours because of the level of the activity that they get. So
that's great. I see Scott's watching from Three Souls Paranormal.
Okay.
They're from down in Pittsburgh.
Sure. I recognize the name.
Yeah. Great set of guys. They really are.
Awesome.
And Scott, don't you tell Frank I said that about him. I pick on poor Frank hard. But no, they are. I met them this past year down at Gretchen Fest.
Okay.
And we were set up next to each other. And we joked, had a great time the whole time. But when things were serious, it was serious.
Awesome.
Except with Frank, I had to dog him out all the time. He's a Baltimore fan.
Well, then that's fair. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yep. And I still dog on him.
If you can't harass your friends, who can you harass?
Yes. And you'll get to meet them too.
Oh, excellent.
At my conference.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they're going to be there. I'm even letting Frank come in.
Still thinking about that one, right?
Nah, I'm hoping Scott got enough duct tape. We can duct tape him to a chair. And they can't wait to get there either. Yeah, they
excellent.
Are a great group of guys there, and their counterparts. They're awesome too.
Awesome.
Yeah, but what other experiences did you have other than at Hillview?
Other than at Hillview?
Yeah.
Oh, we've had experiences. I'm trying to think at, I don't know if you've ever been to the Knickerbocker in Linesville. That place is off the hook. I've known Peg for 30 years. And that's another place that doesn't disappoint. We were up on the 3rd floor and had an EVP session going, and it was raining, and we could hear what sounded like scratching on the window. And I just figured it was a tree branch because, the wind was pretty strong.
Right.
And I went over to the window, remembering that we're on the 3rd floor street side and there's no trees. And while I was standing there, I could hear the scratching and the window vibrated. And I'm like, okay, step back. We had a girl who she was developing some medium abilities, and she kept getting drawn into this one room, and she was starting to come out of the room and stopped and said, I can't move. And when I tried to pull her out of the doorway, I couldn't move her. Now, I'm a big person. I'm 5'10", and I couldn't budge her. It took 3 of us to actually physically get her out of that room. And by the time we got her downstairs, she had like finger marks around her neck.
Ouch.
It was wild. Yeah, that was. And again, it was weird because we asked her later, we said, that must have been so scary for her. She said it wasn't scary. She said she couldn't feel around her neck. She could just feel that she couldn't move. And that scared her, that she felt like she was stuck. So that was crazy. I was just telling the Hotel Conneaut, that place is crazy active. I was with a group of friends. We were on the 3rd floor right by if you've ever been there, there's like emergency stairwells where they're always lit. And we did the shave and a haircut knock on the door, and somebody knocked back the response. So we threw the doors open, and you could see all the way down to the 1st floor, and there was nobody in the stairwell.
Yes. And like I told you pre-show about the experience I had there.
Oh, yeah.
I did not disappoint. And I did not know it was a haunted place at that time. I should have known at the age of the place.
Right.
But
so found that out pretty quick, didn't you?
Yeah, we're checking in, and there is right there on the counter, the book about the hauntings of the hotel. Of course, my wife had me buy it. But at 5 o'clock in the morning, I go out to get a cup of coffee out of the lobby, and there's no one in the lobby but me.
Right.
I see something shoot off to the right, and I looked and was like, what was that? Where did it go? I go out on the porch. Nothing's out there. I go back in. I'm looking. I went, oh, shit. I'm going back in the room.
And so it begins, right?
So, I guarantee me and her's going to be back there. Gary Overfield. That's cool.
That's very cool. With the Civil War veterans, that's awesome.
That's cool. Hi, Susan. Glad to see you out there. Susan.
I don't do cemeteries very often, but that's a personal thing. I grew up around the corner from where one of the cemeteries that they used to film the original Night of the Living Dead. And so that kind of permanently turned me off cemeteries.
Okay. Jamie just put this up.
I did not know that. All the times
I didn't either.
I did not know that, Jamie. That's awesome.
Wow. Jamie, that's crazy. Holy cow. That is crazy. My wife says, start watching. Hi, babe. With that, and like I said, she had to get that book from the hotel. Right. She had to read the whole thing. And reading me those passages, like, really? We will be going back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I believe she's coming with me down there, the Hillview.
Oh, excellent. There's a lot to do. We have a ton of vendors. We're already 50% on our vendors. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Sorry, I'm making a note of what Jamie said so I don't forget, because later on I'll be like, no, what did he say?
You can message me. I can tell you.
Okay. You're like, Bill, what was that? That's awesome.
Yeah. Beth and I had this house down on Brookfield Avenue. And I'm working 10, 12-hour days. And I come home and we eat, lay down. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
HillCon is August 10th, Gary.
Yep.
We'll be talking more about that here in a little bit. She gets up, she goes to the bathroom, she comes back in, and she's looking at me. She actually wakes me up and says, "Who's that girl playing with your hair?" What? I'm sleeping. What? Ain't no one playing with my hair. You dreaming? She says, "I just came out of the bathroom. There was a girl sitting next to you." I look over the edge of the bed. There ain't nobody here. You're seeing things. So I said, "Get in bed, just go back to sleep." A couple of days later, we bought a gas grill, and I'll never buy one you got to put together again.
Right.
I was in our kitchen putting it together, and I looked off to the left of me, and there she was. I jumped up, ran in the living room, and told Beth, I said, "I'm going to the bar. She's here." And she goes, "Hey," and our daughter Mary was there visiting with us. And she goes, "Who?" I went, "That little girl in the kitchen. I'm going to the bar. Brookfield Inn's right there." Well, Barto's at the time. It's right down the road here. I'm going there. She said, "No, you're not. You got to finish putting the grill together." So I go back out there. And I go in the kitchen. I don't see her. I says, "You're welcome here, honey, as long as you don't cause problems. Right. And please don't scare me again."
That'll do it.
Yeah, and I says, "You're very welcome here, no problem." But we never saw her after that.
Okay.
Right, so I don't know. And Jenny said Jamie and her had so experiences from Hillview Manor, cool memories.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, right. Jamie told me of a few of them down there, and that's why I'm really excited about.
It'll be awesome, and it's always really great the day of HillCon because, like, some people think, "Oh, there's too many people in the building," but I really feel like it charges the building up, like all that energy in the building.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. And that's going to be awesome.
It will be.
Hey, Sparky's out here.
Sparky.
My man. Yeah. Jenny says all the energies.
Yep.
Yeah. It does charge it up.
It does. Absolutely.
And I believe that's what happened down there at the old Butler VA too.
Okay.
He's putting off a lot of energy about researching that place. So but I did got a friend down there that was a Vietnam War vet.
Okay.
I bet it's your ghost there, Sparky. And Miss Karen Ramafunder's out there. Hi, Karen. But the thing is, there's so, like this town we live in is a very old mill town.
It is.
And it got a lot of different activities going on here. Paranormal activity.
Right. And I don't know how much people believe in it, but we've been doing some research and like Hillview sits on a ley line. If people are familiar with ley lines, and they run all through Newcastle. So I'm absolutely not surprised at the level of activity.
Right. The old Eagles Club in Sharon.
Yeah.
The corner State and Maine. It's a telemarketer place now.
Yeah.
When it was the Eagles Club, they had activities in the basement and top floor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the owner of the building now had his guys over there working up on the top floor, and they seen this lady dressed for the early 1900s carrying a suitcase like she's walking out to meet a train, which that was the old train station.
Sure. Yeah.
And they've had activities down in the basement, and the guys say they'll never go back in that basement again.
Sure.
I can understand that. It scares them.
We had some Comcast guys at Hillview who were laying Cat 6 cable in the basement and had a couple of experiences that they left and wouldn't come back. Like in the middle, it was the boss. There were like 6 employees, and the boss had an experience, and out the front door, pulling out of the driveway, told the guys to finish. He will not come back. So,
I love it. I love it.
He wanted to see something, and the Hillview showed him something. So
yeah, that's awesome. Do you remember what year that building was built?
Yeah, it actually opened October 19th of 1926. So construction was 24, 25.
Yeah. So you figure 100 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're coming up on our 100-year birthday.
Yeah, 100 years. Uh-oh. The one and only, Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
I knew she'd be popping in.
Right?
But,
awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, I grew up on the weekends. We were up here in Sharon, and from 63 to 76, we lived down in Willow Grove, it was called.
Okay.
And hundreds to 1,000 times we went past Hillview, and I never. It's like, all right, that building's there, but you think about it, 100 years old. We got buildings downtown Sharon that old and older.
Absolutely.
That has activities in, and I was trying to get a ghost walk put together.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And I just couldn't do it in time. And I'm going to step to the downtown Sharon Associates and see if we can do something like that this coming year. And
that'd be great. Maybe even partner with the Sharon Historical Society.
Yes, and maybe have you help.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Depends on when it is, because you know what October's like.
Yes, I know.
It's Black Friday for us.
The whole month.
Black Friday.
You owe me a Dr. Pepper. We said it at the same time.
Yes,
the whole month. By the way.
There you go.
But let's talk about what you got going on there for this year.
At Hillview, oh my gosh, we have so many exciting events coming up. I can't wait. It's going to be a really great year. We've been talking about a little bit. So we have HillCon August 10th, which we're super excited about. Bill is going to be one of our speakers, along with Jamie and Jenny. We're super excited to welcome them back.
Oh, they're coming back.
They are coming back.
Oh,
so
he never told me.
It's a secret. We actually just found out today that Lauren Hellickson is going to be speaking. And she's the one who makes those amazing crystal pods and a new static pod. And she's going to be talking about that. She's also having a crystal pod building class in July at Hillview, where you come in and you pick out all your materials and build it right there. And then you can add on the tour right after to experiment with it in the building, which will be super fun.
Whoa.
I already told my boss I'm not working because I'm going to that as a guest.
Oh, I bet you love that one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Other speakers that we have coming, Thomas White, who's a paranormal author. He was there last year. Very, very good. Dave Giuliano from the Ghost Hunter Store. He's fantastic. Great speaker. His talks are always phenomenal. We have Daryl Marston coming. We're super excited about that from the Ghost Hunter Show.
Cool.
Yeah. Trying to think who else we have coming. We were just discussing it a couple of hours ago too, and my brain's flatlining. But that night we have the Wraith Chasers who are going to be there. They're going to be there during the day, but they're running the investigation that night. Ooh. Chris and Mike it was formerly the Tennessee Wraith Chasers, and now they're just the Wraith Chasers.
Yeah.
They're going to be there. So we're super excited about that. They're very excited to come. And
is April going to be there again this year?
April Bissett? Yes, she is. That's who I forgot. April Bissett. I'm pulling up my list to
see. She's such a sweetheart.
April is awesome. If anybody doesn't know her, she's the psychic housewife of New Jersey, and she's just phenomenal. She's one of the kindest, sweetest people you've ever met, and she's so funny. Oh my God.
I got to meet her last year. She was at Gretchen Fest. She was there the year before, but I didn't get to meet her. I met her last year, and it was like, oh my God, what a sweetheart of a lady. And very knowledgeable, and it was great talking with her. So I'm excited she's going to be there again this year.
Yes, absolutely. And we're also going to have Heather Taddy back.
Oh, cool.
So we've got a great lineup. I'm super excited about that. We have June 1st is our psychic fair. That's going to be a really big event again. We're super excited about that. I think we have 12 psychics, and then we have a bunch of vendors that'll be there. Greg Nicholas. I'm trying to remember some of the other psychics that are going to be there. And then there's going to be gallery readings all throughout the day and the evening, along with a psychic investigation that night. It's a great opportunity. I already mentioned Lauren is having her Crystal Pod building special event. Hang on, I've got my list. We've just been going over all of this, so it's still pretty fresh. Well, our opening day, our opening investigation is March 9th, I believe.
Oh, cool.
And those are always nice because, the building's been closed. Now, our guys do our live streams every week, which is fantastic. But, the building's been basically closed. Now, I will warn you, if you do go to any of our ones in March, the building's cold. It has not had time to warm up. Right. Dawn jokingly says that we have 4 weeks out of the year that the building is temperate and they're never together. So it's like a week here and a week there. Something.
Let me clarify. The weekly podcast is every Wednesday night.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. My hours.
Yes, your hours. I'm sorry. You know what? Split screen them. Watch them on 2 different screens. Listen to Bill and watch the investigation.
I got a split screen. Yeah.
There you go.
I got 2 monitors.
Perfect. But and if you are local and you have investigated at Hillview before, we are looking for guests for our live streams. I would say, Bill, I'd love to have you, but kind of a bit of a conflict with your show. So
I might have to do a pre-recorded show.
That'd be awesome. We'd love to have you. But
we'll have to check this out.
If anybody's interested, just send us an email or go on our Facebook page, Haunted Hillview, and send us a private message. And that's usually me who answers them. So we're introducing something new this year. A lot of experienced investigators who don't necessarily want a private, don't necessarily want to go through the tour again. Especially like if Jamie and Jenny wanted to come, they could give the tour. They know the place so well. So we are doing, she has it labeled on her website as a frequent investigator. You can come and just investigate. There's no tour. And we're going to do that every other month. As you just come in, we get you checked in, safety speech, and turn you loose in the building. So we've had a lot of requests for that, for people like, oh, we're here so much. Do we have to do it? Yeah, unfortunately. So this is a way you won't have to do it.
Well, that's cool. That would make it even nicer for a lot of good experienced investigators.
Exactly, because that's a whole extra hour they get to investigate.
Right. So does safety speech take an hour?
No. Well, if you get me carrying on, it just might. But no, we can safety speech and give you a little history and send you out in 10 minutes. So.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, if it takes an hour, that's like the jobs videos when you first start a new job. They got these safety videos that put hey, what can we say? We like to talk. It's a good job for me. So now in May, we also have the return of Dave Schrader. Yeah.
He was
I seen that Dawn put that up.
Yeah, he was our headliner last year for HillCon, and it was so popular. We sold out. We added more spaces. We sold those out. So he was excited to come back again. We're super excited. So he has his own dedicated event May 11th.
That's
We're
awesome.
very excited about that. Dave's an awesome guy. If you haven't had a chance to meet him or investigate with him, come out. He's fantastic. He's so
I heard a lot of great things about him. Yes.
He intimidated the crap out of my poor daughter, and I felt so bad.
Oh, no, not my Shay.
Well, he was sitting at his table, and we were walking around to see if anybody needed anything. He asked for a bottle of water. Well, that's why we have teenagers there, so they can run, because he was all the way at the end of 1 North. So Shay brought it back, and he stood up. And if you haven't met Dave, he's tall. He's a big, big guy. And Shay just looked up, and her eyes bulged out, and she froze. So he just very nicely reached over and took it. He said, "Thanks so much for that, Shay." She, It was so cute. She's gonna kill me.
I can see her speechless.
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah,
and like I said, he's so nice. There's nothing to be intimidated, but I don't think she was expecting him to be
that tall.
Yes.
So,
but once she got to talk to him a couple of times, she chilled right out with him. It was adorable, though.
Yeah,
it wasn't adorable for her, but it was for her mom. So
that would have been a Kodak moment.
It would have. It definitely would have.
And you didn't have it.
The very first time we met him actually was at the Parapsychon at Mansfield. And we were talking, and if anybody's ever been there, it's along those giant cell blocks. Right. So I stand there talking to him, and Ben Hansen was coming in. His flight was late, so he was getting there late. So if anybody's seen Ben, he's like 6'6". He's a big dude, but he's real quiet. So he's trying to real quietly get down the aisle and into his spot. And Dave's talking to me. He looks over his shoulder, taps me on the shoulder, says, "Give me 1 minute, sweetheart." And at the top of his lungs bellows, "Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Hansen is in the house." And it echoed. Ben turned purple to the tips of his ears. He's like, "Thanks for that, Dave." That was my pleasure. It was the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. It was hysterical. That was a little aside with Schrader. That was just awesome.
Oh, that was good.
We also have a private event. Well, not private, but Dave Giuliano does have his own event at the end of July. And he's done this the last couple of years. He teaches a different class each time. Sometimes it's the Ghost Hunting 101. Last time it was his Demonology course, which is, if you ever need a reason to not go into that branch of the paranormal, take his class. Because that's, by the time you're done, you're like, yeah, that's not a part of the paranormal I want anything to do with. So,
yeah, that's same here.
Yeah. Like I said, even if you're thinking, oh, well, this is fascinating, by the time you're done with it and hearing his personal experiences with that, you're like, yeah, I'm good.
I'm good not going that way.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That is so not for me. Yeah.
Dawn says it's terrifying.
It definitely, like I said, hear a couple of his stories sometimes, and things that he personally was involved in. And I'm like, hard pass. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then in October, we obviously have all of our fall events. We have Scare Manor coming back again for our next season. That's our Haunt Out Back. It's not in the building. We get a lot of questions about that, but no, it is out back. We got phenomenal reviews last year. I think we have 4.8 stars out of 5.
Sweet.
So it's really, really, I don't do that. I do the ghosts in the building. I don't do that kind of scare. So I have no personal stories about it, but we very much enjoy standing by the back doors and listening to the screams echo across the field. It's awesome. We have public investigations all during that month on the weekends. I think we have a couple of special ones. We have our, my favorite event of the year is we do a kids trick or treat towards the end of October. And we make no money that day at all. That is a fundraiser for the local canine unit. Every penny we take in that day gets donated to them.
Sweet.
And people rent a room, and it's $10. They decorate the room and hand out candy. And it's just the best day. I think this year we had 250 kids come through.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we have a teen ghost hunt afterwards. It's like I said, it's just the best day. Yeah. Our hallways are filled with laughter and little kids, and it's just wonderful.
That makes the big difference right there.
It does. And it's so cute because when we're checking the kids in, they're coming up to you like, is this place really scary? And I'm like, dude, I would not work at this place if it was that scary. And then by the time they're on their way out, I'm like, well, this place was awesome. That's what we want to hear. So.
Yes. Yes. And when kids are saying that, when they get to be adults, they'll be back.
Absolutely. We also have a dinner theater coming back this year, and it is going to be November 8th. And that is actually Dracula's birthday. So it is a Dracula themed dinner theater, murder mystery dinner theater.
Yeah.
And our dinner theaters are all written by a local author. Her name is Alexandra Clinton, and she does an amazing job. She blows me away.
That name's familiar.
She has a couple of books out that she's written. I'm trying to think of what else she's done. Yeah,
I believe I met her.
Okay. Yeah, she goes to some paranormal conferences. She's lovely person.
But I believe I met her, and I'm trying to think where, and I can't remember.
Okay.
It's this old brain of mine, it slips once in a while.
Dude, I hear you. Believe me, I hear you.
You're nowhere close to me, so don't even try it.
But along with that, we have our public investigations throughout the year. We have private investigations. Yeah. Now, if anybody is even considering booking a private investigation, we are opened our books January 1st, and there are 3 Saturday night private investigations left. We are almost completely sold out of Saturday nights.
That's awesome.
So yes. But something to consider too is we don't have it on our website, but by request, we can do private investigations during the week. That just, you have to email us, and we have to work out the dates to make sure we don't already have something going on.
Yes.
But that's something to consider. I can't do a Saturday night. We have a couple of people already. Well, thank you very much.
Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right. And Sparky.
Ride dinosaurs to school.
You're in trouble.
Dude, it's a good thing that they aren't
Dawn Marie's agreeing with them.
Ah.
I know where you live at, young lady.
Oh, it's on now, Dawn. You're in trouble.
Hey, they say this is the golden years for us. The only time it's golden is when I go to the bathroom. Oh, by the way, happy early birthday.
Thank you very much. Yep, tomorrow. 53 years young.
And there's my favorite lady.
Thank you.
Your mother.
There she is. Hi, Mom.
Dawn's trying to get herself out of that. Oh, shoot.
Too funny. But yeah, like I said, we have a ton, and you can check all of this out. I share all of our info on our Facebook page, Haunted Hillview.
There.
Oh, there we go. We are open during the week. We are closed right now because of the cold, and we have we shut the water off so the pipes don't freeze. So we are closed right now. We do reopen in March, and we are open during the week. We have day tours every day of the week. And again, if you want to schedule something during the week, just please contact us, send us an email. It's info@hauntedhillviewmanor.com. You can get all that information off of our website. Like I said, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have a YouTube channel. So,
ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
And we are actually getting ready on
no, seriously, they got a lot going on their webpage.
We do.
And yeah.
And you can find us at Bill's Paracon, March 30th. We will be there. Very excited to be vendors there.
Yep.
Hopefully the weather cooperates a little bit more this year, Bill, although that was exciting last year.
Well, the weather was pretty good except for that straight line wind.
Yeah, and when we lost power. That was
for an hour and 40 minutes and people wouldn't leave.
I know. Some of us were packing up because we waited like an hour. We're like, all right, maybe we should pack up. Nope, we're sticking it out. I'm like, have fun.
Poor Dan Hagman.
I know.
He was up there talking, and it's like, well, and Mike Hartman gave him a bullhorn, so he didn't have to shout.
Right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that with the bullhorn.
Yeah. And so he's talking away, talking away. I go up to the next two speakers and saying, well, if you guys, don't want to use your PowerPoint, I said, you can go ahead and talk. I said, I'll bring Dan down. And Ed Kelman said, oh, I don't need my PowerPoint. I got enough stories and I don't even need it. I said, all right. And so I was telling Dan, I said, okay, Dan, cut it soon. An hour and 40 minutes or 30 some minutes, he was talking.
Oh my God.
And he still had more to say.
Right? Yeah,
Because he has Dan has a lot of information.
Well, we were supposed to have, I think it was Ed at HillCon last year, and then he ended up having to have surgery, or he got very ill. Yes. And so we were sad that we missed out on him, but health comes first. We absolutely.
Yes. And I was so happy to have him at ours, and I love Ed. Ed's a great guy.
He is. He really is. He was really a pleasure to talk to at his table.
Yes. And we turn around, and he was getting down. Power come back on.
Yeah.
So we blamed him for the power outage. And so poor Dan got blamed for it, and then Ed got up there, and that was crazy. It was a great time.
It was. We have one gentleman who comes to Hillview a couple times a year, and I swear every time he comes, something happens. When I'm his tour guide, it's like the two of us can't be in the building at the same time. The first time we were on the tour and the fire alarms went off all throughout the building. Here, it was a faulty sensor and set the alarms off. But all the alarms going off through the building. The fire department showed up, who, by the way, would not come in the building. It's just when we met them out there and we told them that we determined that it was a faulty sensor and they disabled it and we're on the way to replace it. And I'm like, if you guys want to do a walkthrough, they're like, no, we're good. I'm like, seriously, you're firefighters. They're like, yeah, no, we're good.
We ain't scared of fire, but we're scared of what's in there.
Exactly. And then another time that he was there, trying to remember. Oh, the power went out. A storm came through and the power went out. Now, it was only out for like 15 minutes, but I looked at him. I'm like, really? It's just when I'm here, I swear. It's never dull.
Oh, my. I love it. But hopefully the weather's better this year, that we don't get the straight line winds or anything. It's the end of March. You don't know what's going to be.
You don't. You can't until you hit July. You don't know what it's going to be. I'll never forget that. The year my daughter was born, she was born at the end of April. On St. Patrick's Day, we were sitting outside because it was 74 degrees.
Yeah.
And when the day that she was born, it was 20 degrees and we had 4 inches of snow at the end of April. So unless it's July, you're,
Well, I was born in 1959. The flood was January 22nd. So I tell everyone, I was born January 23rd. Mm-hmm. I swam to the hospital. But,
2 years in a row for my birthday, 77 and 78, we had those massive blizzards.
Yes.
I was thinking everybody gets fun, exciting stuff. I get feet of snow. So.
Oh, yeah, Jamie, I agree. St. Patrick's Day, green, it's his role.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, for a while we said it would go back and forth. If it was beautiful on St. Patrick's Day, the following year it would be snow. Now it seems to be pretty temperate on St. Patrick's Day every year, which is just fine with me.
Yeah. That's right, Dawn. Yours is 2 days after me.
Yep.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. Sorry, Dawn. I forgot yours is right after me.
Well, look at us all clumped together on our birthdays. That's awesome.
Where are we going to go party?
Hey, you pick it. I'll be there, man.
My wife's is the 30th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Just pick some place that's close because with my eye, I still can't drive. So.
Does that mean I got to be designated driver?
Not necessarily. We'll make Dawn's husband be the designated driver. That's his lot in life.
See the smile you put on my face. I bet Dave would love that.
Yeah. He's like, thanks.
I'll get even.
You know.
Yeah, and I really want to know how much help is Dawn, because I think she just likes taking a bunch of pictures.
Dawn is a lot of help.
Okay.
She is a huge.
Yes,
First
she
of all,
is.
she kicks butt on our Instagram page.
Yes, she does. I don't do Instagram, but I heard she does.
Yeah, she does an amazing job on her Instagram page. She actually got me on the app Canva to do better like graphics and designs for ads and things like that. And
Right.
it's phenomenal. And it's very easy to use, which is right up my alley. I mean, I can figure anything out if I play with it long enough, but
I got Canva. I do a lot of my stuff with Canva.
I love Canva. It's so easy to use. It really is.
It is. But I got to do the tutorial because I'm stuck to doing one thing. Yeah, Jamie, we know that she's good.
She's great.
We know it. I've known her too many years, her and her sister.
Yep. He's just got to give her crap because he loves her.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love her family. They're great. They really are.
They really are. She and I have been friends since I think we were 5. So
I'm sorry. Sorry, Dawn, I had to say it like that.
You know.
Dawn, she says she'll help us once she's healthy, and I know she would.
She absolutely will. She's going to come out with me to the Paracon on the 30th.
Yeah.
Going to be the gruesome twosome out there. That's us.
Where's she going to be?
She'll probably be at play practice. She will be out at some point, but that'll be like 10 days before the play at Sharon. So she'll be at play practice.
What did you earn? She goes, she earned that. You're going to earn a kick in the butt from me and Melissa. All right, Sparky's put this up. Here we go. Driving us around town.
I don't remember that. By Connolly Boulevard, where the Ryers Plaza is, by the apartments. All right, I know which building you're talking about, but I don't remember that happening. Dawn, I think it's that white building across from the laundromat where the thrift store just closed.
No, that was the old Worldwide. They built that.
Did they? Okay. Yeah. That was in the white building I could think of right there.
No, I think I know which one he's talking about. It was across the street from the church there on Conley.
Oh. Okay.
Where Conley Manor is.
Yeah. Took me a minute for my brain to. That's something for me to research.
Yeah, and let us all know, because you know what, Sharon Historical Society might know.
I grabbed a screenshot of it off my phone, and thank you for that, Sparky. I will be researching that, and when I find anything, I'll let both of you guys know.
Awesome. Yeah.
Closed you to ghost. That's awesome.
I'm trying to think. I know when I first got involved with the Shenango Valley JCs, it was the old King Corn building on South Water.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Jamie, have a good night.
Good night, Jamie.
May Rob Sherwood, Bob Morosi. I miss Bob Morosi. He probably could have answered Sparky's question.
Yeah.
He was very great with the history. Um, I'm- he got me stumped.
I'm going to dig into this now, though.
Uh, yeah, please let me know because he
I will.
really has me stumped on this one because that's. I might have to visit Sharon Historical Society too.
Absolutely.
Well, I should visit them anyhow about the other thing.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if they can have anything on that.
Absolutely.
And I'm so glad they got that house. The house
Me
I always
too.
wanted to own.
Yep. I always wanted to own one of those houses there.
That one there with that wraparound porch.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Beautiful. And you know that they're going to preserve it. So
Yes, very much so. Mr. Marchetti, how you doing? He's another podcaster.
Oh, hello.
Saying hi to everybody. Yeah, with the different experiences throughout the valley here alone and down in Newcastle. Newcastle's a very old town. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some of those old buildings down there, I love to get into.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. My daughter used to take, she went to a musical theater class there and they'd perform at the Scottish Rite.
Ooh.
You went down the road where the Scottish Rite is, any one of those houses. Oh my gosh, this old, beautiful Victorians. I'd love to get into.
Top of Jefferson, if you're going up Jefferson toward New Wellington, you make a right at the very top of Wallace or whatever it's called, and those houses up in there.
I mean, beautiful.
Or the castle going halfway up.
Yes.
Oh my God, I want to go in there so bad.
Yes.
I always wanted to go in there. Oh, it's like, wow. I'm going to see if we can do a ghost tour, a ghost hunt at the Buell Mansion because Julia has been seen at a window.
We've been trying for years. And I understand they don't want a haunted reputation. I mean, they have it whether they want it or not, but they don't want to.
I understand that too. But guess what?
I get that. And we've told them, look, we'll sign any confidentiality agreement you want.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, they're like, well, we don't want a haunted reputation. Too late. That I remember when I was in high school, the stories about that building being haunted. So
yeah. I've talked to people that said they seen Julia in the window in the near the front porch and up in the second or third floor. I can't remember which floor, but I'd love to investigate in there. We
got to investigate the third floor of the Buell Club once, very briefly. That was awesome. Oh, the only problem was the facility was still open, so any sounds that we could pick up, we had to dismiss because we couldn't guarantee that it wasn't people downstairs. But that was awesome. That any of those old buildings, there's definitely activity.
Well, I was told about the third floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've been told about it left and right. And everyone said, you got to get in there on the third floor. Well, they got new management team in there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm upset that the two husband-wife team that was running it, he needed surgery on his neck, and she was ill. And I probably could get in there now if they were still involved.
Right.
But they're not there, so I don't know.
Let me make a few inquiries because I do know a few people who are there. So, again, maybe if we keep it on the QT.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll look into it, and if I find out anything, I'll let you know.
Sounds like a plan, because that would be awesome.
It would. It really would.
Actually, I'm going to be going there in the next few days to sign up for my silver sneakers.
There you go.
I can sign up for that now.
Might as well sign up for it and hop in the pool, dude, you know?
That's the main reason I want to do it.
Yep.
I miss going swimming. And Beverly, you're right. You still see ghosts without sound. Believe me, we know that.
Oh, yeah. And we did. We saw shadow movement and we had things like that. It's just, you know, if you're listening, we'd hear footsteps and oh, wait, you know, you can't, you have to automatically discount any potential sound.
When the downstairs are open for business, so you can't count any sound.
Especially if people are working out in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah. That might have been some weights being dropped. Or,
Exactly.
So,
now, I don't know if you guys have been, but have you investigated the Wick Yards over in Youngstown? That's fantastic. It's literally across the street from YSU. Like where the YSU gymnasium is, it's catty corner across the street. It's an old funeral home right on the corner. It's great because, you know, 20 minutes away, not even. And that place is extremely haunted. It's the old, I'm trying to remember which family it was. Oh, it was the old Wick family's mansion.
Oh, okay. Someone told me that had some good activity in there.
It has great activity in there. It's really nice. It's inexpensive. The guy who runs it's fantastic. And it's heated. So you can go in the winter.
The Buell Mansion. Frank and Julia Buell, I believe, did donate and set up a donation for the Buell Planetarium.
Yeah.
So I believe that is one of theirs. The Oakwood Cemetery was part of his farmland.
Yep.
And he donated for a cemetery and built the mausoleum where him and Julia is both buried.
That's the cemetery I grew up. That's the cemetery I grew up by that turned me off cemeteries. So.
The other thing about that cemetery, my wife and daughter used to walk that in the evenings. Because no traffic, you know, it's peaceful. It's an easy walk. I was walking with them one night, and Beth goes, "What's that light up there?" I looked up on the mausoleum. Now it's dark. You can't see nothing. But there's a nice shiny yellowish white light on the side of that mausoleum.
Wow.
It says that's a light in the mausoleum. Not thinking. And we're walking a little bit more, and I just stopped and looked up again, staring at. My wife looked at me. I says, "There's no light that be shining right there, shining on." She says, "What you said? There's no windows in that mausoleum."
No.
Her and my daughter both turned. I said, "Yep, I'm out of here, witches. I'm not going up that far."
Right? Nope. Don't care.
No.
Well, I got the craps. Do you remember the catwalk that ran behind? That was always, for anybody who doesn't know, it was called the catwalk. It ran between the Oakwood Cemetery and the golf course, and it connected North Sharon with the rest of Sharon. You came out by the Jefferson ball fields, and I lived on the Gamble Elementary side. And we always walk back and forth. And, you know, some of the oldest great headstones are against that fence. Well, we had monsoon rain, like a tail end of a hurricane came through, and it rained for 4 days and rained 40 inches, I swear. We were walking through there one day. Now, it scared the crap out of us. It was not paranormal, but you weren't thinking of that. I was like 14 at the time. And as we were walking along, all of a sudden, all the headstones started to sink. I set a land speed record getting out of that catwalk. I have no idea how fast my friends were moving, but I know how fast I was moving to get out of there. Because, you know, you were just sure, look, I knew what was filmed in this cemetery. I'm out. And, you know, later on to find out that it had undermined the foundations of the headstones, and they just had to go in and, you know, put sand in, shore them back up, that kind of thing.
You kept passing my grandfather.
I'm sorry?
You kept passing up my grandfather in there.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, he's buried up along the fence.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I never knew where he was buried till about 10 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Then
And if
I
I went
definitely
in the
jetted
office,
past
I
him.
said, I need to know where James P. Baker's buried at.
Okay.
And they got in the records and said, yep, up along the fence, right up in the.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a little better pinpoint area. So,
Yeah, because it's a big long fence. So,
but I found him. And which is weird because my grandmother, if you come up the road up along, that hits the top side up there.
yeah.
My grandmother's buried on this side of the road. My grandpa was up over there in the woods. They were divorced for years and years and years.
Okay, sure.
And so Graham's over here. My grandfather's up over here. And so I go visit them both a lot. Yeah. Not as much as I used to the last few years, but but I was his favorite. So I know he's still looking out after me.
Sure. My grandparents are buried along the front side that runs along Oakland. So.
Oh, Gary said this. Here. Hartsville Cemetery near Berlin Lake. You can hear people laughing at night.
Okay, that's equal parts awesome and terrifying. So.
Yeah. that is. Now.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah. That is. Now.
We'll get people laughing in your ear at Hillview from time to time. That actually happened during a live stream. They were seeing the hallway, and they caught it on the camera of somebody laughing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of folks, the live stream's going on now on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
Hillview's Facebook page.
Haunted Hillview, if you want to go check it out.
After this podcast.
They might be taking a break right about now because it's extremely cold in the building and you have to go back downstairs and warm up for a few minutes. But I remember a couple of years when and it was one of those when you had those brutal cold snaps in December and it was like 20 degrees.
Yes.
We filmed for an hour, take a 15-minute break, and then come back and film for another hour. And on our break, my boss called me and she's like, go home. I can hear your teeth chattering on the live stream. I'm like, no, I think we can make it. She's go home, all of you. We're like, okay.
You're done. Get out.
Done. I'm cold listening to you. Go home.
Hear your teeth. That's pretty bad. But yeah, that when me and her was messaging back and forth or emailing back and forth, and I told her I thanked her very much for having me come, and she seems like a sweetheart of a lady.
Carrie's awesome. She really is. And
I'll get to meet her that day.
You will. You will.
And I know she ain't gonna stay out from that.
Oh, no. No, that's our big event of the year. So it'll be a great time though. HillCon's always so much fun. Like I said, there's always so much positivity and, you walk around and see the vendors and talk to everybody. And, we do tours through the building. It's a great day.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Yep.
Just the week before, I'm going to be in Central PA. So will Jamie and Jenny.
Nice.
We're both speaking at the same event there.
Oh, is that one you were telling me about earlier, that big one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
In Leesburg, Central PA, Bigfoot Cryptid Fest.
Nice.
So, then we come back, hit yours. And then go down to Gretchen Fest on the 11th.
I'm going to try to make it to Gretchen Fest. It's usually, with it being the day after HillCon, it's usually hard because you're usually wiped.
Yeah. I'm thinking about going down there. I'm hoping I'm not tired.
Yeah.
Too tired to go. I really want to go. Brian Little's one hell of a great guy.
Awesome.
Puts on a nice event down there. I went to the very first one. He had awesome turnout for it. He had a great turnout for the second one. Now he's doing the third one. So I really want to get down there and help support it even more.
Awesome.
And there's my sister. She just joined in watching. Hi, Mary Beth.
Hello.
So now I got to be nice.
You're always nice, Bill.
She has my mom's attitude when I'm bad.
Oh. Well, isn't that a sibling's job? I mean,
She takes it to the extreme.
okay. You know.
No, she don't. I love my sister. She's great. Yeah, she keeps me informed on what's going on in the family. So
That's important.
oh, wait a minute. Who wrote that one? I got back. Oh, Sparky.
That was an interesting debunking, wasn't it?
I bet you scared the living hell out of them.
Well, remember how I talked about our safety speech? We have in our safety speech no lewd behavior, which includes sexual activity for a reason. We have caught people in the building. Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was not a ghost poking you. That was me with the broom handle. Get out.
Right? Get out.
So that's why Beverly put this. Boy,
It is, Dawn. It's so icky. Boy, imagine they get caught. See, that's what our thing. We said, first of all, we love our building and we do our best to keep it clean, but it is an empty building. It's still, there's dirt, there's mold, ick, first of all. But second of all, how do you not have images of the ghosts holding up scorecards? That's just not. I'm sorry. Tell me that's.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. You did not go there.
I did.
5.
You know, that's just what I have images of in my head. So no, thank you.
Thanks. Now I got that in my head. Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Sorry.
That's awesome. Oh, my God.
I'll behave.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, if you come to Hillview and when you hear our safety speech, there is a reason for every single rule we give you.
And that's because it has happened.
Yes, it has. Another one is, no fireworks in the building. Something I never thought I'd have to say, but we do. Because people set off fireworks in our building before.
Hey, Ghost Chick Angel's here. She told us to start over. Mothman 46 goes, that wasn't a water drip.
No.
Oh, shit. All right. Now they're all starting on that one.
Look what I started, Bill. I'm so sorry.
2.5.
Right? Oh, yeah. We still, yeah. The things that happen that you never expected to happen at work,
Always.
I mean, it's bad enough when we have people sneak booze in. We find little shooter bottles all over the building. We had an investigation at the end of October, and I think we found 7 of the little fireball shooters all over the building, and it's ridiculous.
If you're going to be sneaking alcohol in, take the trash with you so you can be welcomed back.
Exactly. Exactly. We, again, you shouldn't have to say that, but you do. How many people sneak it in?
Yeah. Dawn Marie's right. The living are crazy.
100%. I said, the spirits don't scare me. It's the living. Walking. I know people are like, when we have to lock up at night, 3:30 or 4 in the morning, they're like, well, doesn't that scare you to walk through the building? Well, no, first of all, we go in teams, but I'm more worried about somebody breaking in the back of the building that I didn't hear than I am about any spirit doing anything.
Beverly came in late. Hillview Manor in Lawrence County, Shenango Township.
Yep, we're in Newcastle, right on it's Elwood Road or Route 65.
I was going to say 65.
Yeah.
But she's right, Elwood Road. Shenango Township, actually.
Yep. Come and see us.
Newcastle. Definitely
We
gotta come see there, Beth.
We open the first week of March. We're closed right now just because of the cold and our pipes. We don't want them to freeze because they're old. So we close just to maintain that. Cool. Sorry, I was reading what Gary wrote.
Yeah. You want to go? Angel, I'm speaking there August 10th.
Yeah, come out and see us.
Come back from Punxsy, honey.
And I'll tell everybody ahead of time, if you are considering coming out for HillCon, buy your tickets online before you go. They are more expensive at the door. They're cheaper if you buy them online.
Yes.
So.
Can we put up a link? I'll put one up in my page.
Yeah.
Or I'll have Miss Melissa share it onto my page. And yeah, because it's, and I admit it, at the beginning of the show, I have not been there yet, but I will be there August 10th, and I've heard so much about it.
Absolutely. And, I was going to say, Bill, if you want to get up there ahead of time and do a walkthrough, I'm happy to facilitate that for you.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
I believe tickets are available now.
Yeah. Okay. There's the link that should work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me look. Yeah, I think everything's live right now, including through the fall. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our girl who does our website, Ashley, she's phenomenal. She does an amazing job with our website, and she does an amazing job of when our system goes down at 1:00 in the morning and I'm texting her, Ashley, and she doesn't scream at us. So
Gary would love to do a walkthrough.
Well, I was going to say that link still isn't going to link. That's weird. Is it? Oh no, it's linking. Okay. It's not showing on my, I have it on my phone so I could see the comments.
Yeah. Plus, we'll put that link up in on my group page.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can find everything about our special events, everything on our website and Instagram, our Facebook page, Haunted Hillview. We have a separate page for our Scare Manor, TikTok, YouTube. It's been crazy lately.
That was from Sparky.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's been crazy, Sparky. Ton of shadow activity. We've gotten multiple photos lately of the black shadow mass forming up behind people. Doors slamming. We were in Mary Virginia's hall below that hallway, and you could hear it sounded like something being dragged. And it's been pretty crazy up there.
Wow.
Yeah. The second hallway, if he's talking about Angelo's hallway or the noisy hallway, that's probably one of the most active locations in the building. It's crazy busy in that hallway. That and one north. So, I mean, you figure it's a massive building. It's 96,000 square feet. So
that's not massive.
Not anymore. Not compared to some, but.
Oh, Butler VA Hospital is 288,000.
Well, that's a hospital.
That's massive.
That's massive.
That is massive.
Yeah.
You know what it was before it was a VA hospital?
What?
Lepers Hospital.
Oh, you know what? I did know that. I'd forgotten that. Yeah. Yeah. Another massive location is Mansfield. We investigated there for 8 hours at night and never made it out of the East Wing. So.
Where?
Yeah, they do. Hey, babe, what's up?
Not much.
What?
It was the old county home.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't leprosy. It was tuberculosis.
Oh, tuberculosis. Okay.
Thank you, Angel. Yes.
We actually just found out a couple of years ago that Hillview took in tuberculosis patients.
But
not a lot, just a handful.
That when we went to the Butler, it was because of Angel I got to go.
That's awesome.
And that was just crazy phenomenal.
Yeah, you were saying it's.
Oh my God! You know, we had activity in just every area except the morgue.
Okay.
But the morgue got downsized where they had 2 refrigeration units in a small room.
Okay.
But there was central supply was over here, which was super huge. Then you had this little empty storage cavern type thing. And I swear there was a party going on in there.
Okay.
In that little area. But and plus in that central supply area, you had a lot of activity. So I believe that the morgue went straight through there.
Okay.
When it was the tuberculosis part. I really do. And they were the one guy was supposed to find out for us, and I don't know if he ever did.
Yeah, but
yeah, there was 9 of them in there.
Okay.
That little, had me, Angel, her daughter-in-law, her husband, the one lady, and the guy that actually got us in through that lady. All in this little room. We're cramped. And you still had 9 entities talking.
Wow.
It was just crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. But, every floor was just totally crazy. Total. And
wow. Now, is the building being used for anything now, or is it closed?
It's closed. Power and heat still on. Yeah, they were echoing in there.
Wow.
It sounded like 100 people. And
wow, that's crazy.
And Angel with the spirit box was trying to figure out who's saying what, and he had several things being said at once too, and it was hard. And the guy that let us in there or helped get us in there, he was former Navy, so he kept asking the spirits, "Are you Navy? Are you Navy?" Well, this is what the Vietnam vet that took a liking to me. I cussed him out.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, there was a shadow that rushed us too.
That's wow.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yep, called him a squid.
That's an insult.
No. Not just squid, an effing squid.
Oh, okay.
But he used the whole word.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't use the polite version.
No. And I think he liked me because I went, hoorah! He was, then it,
yep.
on my K2, man, it just started going nuts every time I'd say something. Get a response from Mike Meter, just went nuts. Yeah, that was the Butler Veterans Hospital, the old one. Bev. I don't know if it's unexplained. That's there. I don't know, but I know that Vietnam vet was in the psych ward of it, and I learned something else from that visit there that day or that night. We got up on the one floor. I can't remember which floor it was, but they had a 4 foot wide, the whole width of the doorway painted black.
Oh, wow.
And that was just crazy. Thinking, why they do this? What? And we were told people with dementia thinking that's a big hole in the floor, so they would not go past it and walk off that area, out of the dimension area. And I never knew that. But that Vietnam vet, we asked him if he would like to go be with his relatives, or is he going to hang there, or would he like to go walking with us as we move on down the road? He goes, no, this is my home. I'm not leaving. I like it here. It's like, okay. Oh, Tina, what about the flashlights sessions you've had? Yeah, she found them up down this hall, down that hall, on the left, on the right. She found all kind of stuff going on that Angel did. And the one room that we were in, she put the trip lights down, and they kept going off. Huh. Oh. Okay, you guys got Tina and Sparky got to fill me in on those ones. Oh, wow. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
You put it up for everybody.
That's great.
That's wow. Where was this at? Third floor organ room.
At Hillview? That's awesome. That organ room gets overlooked a lot because we don't have a lot of, I don't know, reports of activity, but everybody who goes in there says they have activity. So that's awesome. That's fantastic.
That's just great. Yeah.
Yeah, the only story I have from that room, a nurse told us that Jimmy Snaps set the couch on fire in the organ room because they weren't supposed to be smoking in the break room, and he was. And when the nurse came in, he stuffed it under the cushions and set the couch on fire. So
yeah. Yeah. And Angel says this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We had something similar happen. We were investigating the Galena Oil Building in Franklin, and we were up on the third floor, which that place was phenomenal. And there's a piano up on the third floor. And we realized we were communicating with a gentleman who had served in Vietnam. Well, he used the third floor for storage, like they were storage units.
Yeah.
And he let anyone who was going to Vietnam store their stuff for free. And unfortunately, a lot of them didn't come back home. He won't get rid of it. He said, those boys trusted me with their stuff. I'm keeping it. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it safe. So that's why we figured out we were talking with someone. So we had 2 flashlights on either end of the piano and started playing music that maybe, from that time period. And we played Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And they began flashing in time with the music. We tried everything we could to debunk that. Now we're on a third floor on a concrete floor, and those were on a piano, which historically don't vibrate a lot.
Right.
And like we were jumping up and down all around it and couldn't get them to like alter. And then so we tried, what did we try next? Oh, a Grateful Dead song, and those flashlights went off. We put another Rolling Stones songs on, and they started flashing again in time. They were like strobing in time with the music.
Wow.
It's the craziest flashlight session I've ever had in my life. Dawn and I were, our jaws were on the floor.
I could see your two faces at the.
Oh yeah, exactly. So and of
that
course,
is awesome.
So and of
That's
course
awesome.
we were so blown away we didn't turn the video camera on because you don't want to interrupt,
What's
the
going
flow.
on there? Yeah.
So it was awesome.
When Don says it was the coolest. Yeah, I bet it was. I'd
so
love
cool.
to see that. Yeah.
Hillview actually made me a believer in flashlight sessions because I wasn't sure how I felt about them. I just felt there was too much. I don't see people are faking anything. I think there was too much for human interference. And it was actually my first tour at Hillview. And our tour guide had everybody who had the flashlights line them up down the hallway. And whatever direction we wanted, some on, some off. And they were responding, turn the red one on, turn the blue one off, turn the purple one on, turn the gold. It was, you can't fake that. You can't chalk that up to random circumstance.
We were playing CCR.
Oh, nice.
Through the jungle.
Yes.
There, down at Butler. And that's, do you know who that is? Plain as day. Credence, he said, on the spirit box. Plain as day.
Wow.
So, that's just, you just don't know. Until you really get into this. And
yeah,
it just totally blows my mind, the intelligence level of these entities and what they can do and say and try to say.
When we were at the Wickyards, we were in the one room and somebody told a bad joke and a voice came through laughing through the spirit box. So Shay started telling really bad dad jokes. Her band director loves them, so she had a ton of them. After about the fourth bad dad joke, a voice came through and said, "Shay, please stop." Almost died laughing. And again, so that was a directed comment at her.
Yes. Speaking of bad dad jokes, I've been doing bad dad and deer blind jokes, sending them to Brian Seach.
I love it.
Because he was last year, he was doing bad dad jokes. He kept posting.
Sure.
So it was my turn to get even.
Absolutely. You can't pass that opportunity up.
No. But anyhow, it's going on 8:30, young lady.
Okay.
we can go for another 3 hours, but
we could talk all night, but I'm sure.
Yes. But anyhow, I want to thank you for tonight and thank you for stepping up.
Anytime.
Our butt.
Anytime, Bill. This was such a pleasure. Anything I can do.
And yes, I will be promoting HillCon and Hillview.
Excellent. And again,
now, wait a minute, who's asking that? No, I don't. I can't. I never get a hold of a moth to spread the legs.
No.
So don't even try it, Sparky.
Saw that one coming a mile away. Excellent callback, Sparky. Excellent callback.
Yes.
How do you get the tiny legs
But again, thank you so much, Melissa.
My pleasure. Thank you, everybody who joined the show. And
you're awesome.
Thank you.
Give Shay a hug, your mom a hug, and your husband for me.
Absolutely, I will do that.
Yeah, I love your family. You guys are awesome. You really are. If you guys don't know Melissa and her family, You need to meet them.
Thank you.
They are the most down-to-earth, nicest people you can meet. I can see why Jamie and Jenny brag about them.
Well, thank you. I was going to say, it's nice to be surrounded by awesome people like you, Bill, and Jamie and Jenny, and Sparky and Dawn. And
yes, yeah, we love Dawn. We always
do.
have. I like to give her grief from time to time, but she's awesome.
She is.
But
all right.
Hey, good night, everybody, and you all have a good evening. Stay warm. The cold spell's coming for the weekend.
Yep. And it's my birthday tomorrow.
This has been an Agents of the Unexplained original podcast. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe and view on YouTube. And please visit our store link in the bio. Thank you for listening. And remember that paranormal